Well, Jules is back, and the Sharks keep losing. Oh, this is going to be a fun show. Here we go. You know what it is. You love us. You come back for us. It's Teal Town USA. You can find us on all the socials, your YouTube, your X, your Insta, your Facebook, all of the fun, but no fun today because, the Sharks got actually their asses kicked by the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm here with Ian. Hi, Ian. It's been a long time.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
I know. I haven't done a show in the first 5 games. I don't know what that was about. How are you before we get into this? Because we both really don't want to cover the game.
I am sad.
I'm also sad. But hey, at least the CUDA are good.
That's true. Yeah, the CUDA are great.
The CUDA are 5-1 right now. So at least we have that, Sharks fans. I know that's a glimmer of nonsense right now because of what we just watched. I mean, we're just gonna go into it. The Sharks were out of this game 2 minutes in, right?
Basically, yeah. That about sums it up.
That first goal at 157 from Pearson, and of course, what's his face, William Karlsson. Of course, Cowboy comes back on the day they play the Sharks.
Yeah.
Not
good.
No. He gets it from Karlsson and Holtz, and then the VGK goes at it again with another goal from Eichel, with Stone and Petro, and then another goal. So the Sharks were down 3-0, basically 4 seconds in my opinion. What do you even do at this point? I said this on the talent level between these two teams is unmatched. In my opinion, it's just, and you could tell because literally 4 seconds in, Vegas made it known that we're the better team and we're gonna actually just demolish you tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's not fun. None of this is fun. I don't think anyone's having fun. I don't think anyone should be having fun at this point. This team is not good. The defense is atrocious. I tweeted about this earlier, but the fact that we are still trotting out Jan Ruda and Mario Ferraro together is absolutely insanity to me at this point. Not that I don't think, I don't know how much you could jumble up the defensive pairs to make a better defensive pair based on what they have. So I understand that's not a decent place for them to be as far as well, what else do they do? And honestly, I don't fucking know at this point because this blue line is atrocious.
This blue line's awful.
Right. It's awful, right? This team is not good. We knew that coming in. But look at people are running out of patience, and I get it. It's hard to be in the moment right now and be like, okay, well, this has gotten old. We did this all last year, and now we got to do this again this year. I mean, fucking Pashelka's already tweeting about James Agents.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go down there.
That is where we are in this thing.
I'm not gonna go down there, but also this wasn't gonna change overnight.
No, and I think that's the thing that people have to obviously remember was this team didn't get considered. I think they brought in guys that were supposed to help the competitiveness, right? And I'll keep saying this because I'm not wrong. The thing about this season was we were supposed to see a moderate increase because obviously they got the big prize. They got Macklin Celebrini, and unfortunately we got Celebrini for a game. So all we have now is just kind of the same old shit. Waiting for Celebrini to come back. And even look at and even when Celebrini comes back into the lineup, he doesn't drastically change the team's trajectory. I think it'll get just as old watching the Sharks lose with lose with Macklin Celebrini in the lineup as it is watching them lose right now. Like eventually, Celebrini's going to come back, and I think he's going to do some things that are going to excite people, and that's what we want. That's what we desperately need for this team at this point. But eventually, like again, it's not like Macklin Celebrini on his own is going to come back into the lineup and save this team.
No, and that should not be an expectation of a, like, 18-year-old kid. Like, if your team's riding on the expectation of an 18-year-old kid having a monster season, is not good. You're not gonna get anywhere. Um, but yeah, so the Sharks, again, they have their bad first period, and then, there's a penalty. The penalty starts, all the penalty starts, and then in the second period, uh, Granlund gets a goal. Granlund was, like, the only forward doing anything out there tonight from Eklund and Ferraro. Great. It was a nice play by Granny. Um, I think Eklund's now on a point streak, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yeah,
I I
I
also
need to address this super chat here.
yeah, go.
All right. So for Rob Iman, thank you for the super chat, 5.99 super chat. Obviously, just a reminder: super chats help keep the lights on. They help pay for things like the SoundCloud, the website, and all the fun stuff that allows us to basically do this and not have to do it out of pocket. So we always appreciate the super chats. But what his chat says here is be careful what you wish for. People wanting a regime change already. I went through this exercise with the 49ers in the 2000s. So I don't know shit about football, so I don't know how I can't relate to that. As far as like what the 49ers did in the 2000s, maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, I don't know. I understand frustration, but I think let's talk about regime change for a minute, because I think that I mean, what do you do, right? So like for the people that are like honestly like, oh no, we need to fire Ryan Warsofsky right now. Okay, so the Sharks have played what, 9 games?
Yeah.
If that becomes like the thing, so Coachy McCoachface comes in and they lose 9 games. Do we fire them too? And then do we do that again after another 9 games? Like, you know what I mean? Like here's the thing with Ryan Warsofsky. I think there's some things that I'm not gonna like be like, okay, everything he's doing is perfect, right? Fire my career be even dumber. Okay, give me a second. Let me talk about Warsofsky first. So here's the problem, right? Like, so you fire Ryan Warsofsky. Like Ryan Warsofsky, I understand. Like, is he doing everything that I would want a new coach to do? No, obviously there's some things that I definitely disagree with. But the thing is that when you have a new coach come in and implement new systems, and I think I understand the results have been the same so far, but I think if you watch the game, you will see how there's different structure in what the Sharks are doing compared to last year under David Quinn. And like these things, like systems take time to implement, because not only do you have to implement the system, you need everyone to buy in. That takes time. It doesn't happen in 9 games. Now, again, losing sucks and I get it. But like at the same time, it's like some of this has to play out. We can't be in a situation where we're just firing coaches every other year. Like, this is how you become Buffalo. You fire your coach every year after you don't get what you want. Like, I don't know.
What? All right. Anyways, and no, they should not fire Mike Greer. I think that goes without saying. Anyways, moving on.
Well, okay, so it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Like Mike Greer's come in. He's done what needed to be done. He started the rebuild. He's the guy who's overseen it so far. I don't know what happens. So you fire Mike Greer, what happens then? So someone else comes in. Do they
to continue the rebuild?
to continue the rebuild, right? Like there's not going to be a situation where someone else is going to come in and make this thing better immediately.
Like the Sharks rebuild started at the minute Greer came in, and that's when the rebuild started. 2022. It did not start in 2020. They were still content of being somewhat competitive. It started in 2022. Like that's when the rebuild started. This is only year 3 of the rebuild, and I say only because I know that's not probably the right word there, but you know what I mean. Like, we're not firing people right now, and if you think we should fire someone, I'm sorry, give it some time. Like,
you have to, because I think again, if you change the direction now, then what are we doing, right? Like, I think this is a situation where, like, this sucks, and I'm not saying like anyone should be having a good time or anyone should be enjoying this, because there's nothing here to enjoy. But like, if we start firing people, like, that's not going to make this better in the
Yeah.
now. Like, and it's like, you know, is Mike Grier being paid to run the team? Yeah, he is, because that's what he did. He came in, he had to, tear it
He
down
had
to the
to,
bolts.
yeah,
Like, I don't know what people thought, like, that when Mike Grier came in, like, what he could have done to, like, what do you want? Would you rather this team be I know some people, I know, and I guarantee the fucking thing in chats and be, well, tanking's actually not good, and it's just, you don't tank. That's not how you do sports. But, like, every team fucking does it. Um, but, like, the other option for the Sharks was to kind of just try and keep going for it and finishing,
like
high
fit,
enough that they're
yeah,
not a real lottery team, but low enough that they're not in the playoffs. You want to be like that for fucking 10 years
10 years, yeah.
instead? Woohoo! We'll be the Minnesota fucking Wild. Congratulations.
Yeah. Jerry, thanks, bud.
Oh, yes,
Appreciate the
yes.
super
Okay.
chat. Um,
Yes,
yeah,
Jerry. Thanks
we
for the super
we
chat.
got you guys. We got you guys. It's a long season. Anyways, moving on, continuing with the game before we completely derail. All right, we got to talk about Vanacek for a second.
Mhm.
What what are you doing on that shorthanded goal, bud? I'm sorry. Like, what are we doing? For those of you who didn't see it, Vanacek made arguably the wrong decision, challenged the guy, and well, it ended. And if you're a goaltender, 10 the goal. He
Yeah,
had
but I mean, like, it was a dumb, like, it was stupid. Don't get me wrong. Like, Vanacek, bad goal, bad play, but it was a stupid decision. Like, it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I saw some really silly react, like, oh my
yeah.
god, they need to pull him right this second. It's like,
No,
no,
no, you
man,
don't
it's
need to pull
fine,
him. It was
whatever.
just not the smartest decision. He ended
It
the
was a
night with sorry, go.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, no.
No, no, he ended the night with an 833 save
Oh, I didn't
percentage.
put it in the thing. Yeah, I just have to
I
check that.
forgot
So
also, so
fine.
you're all good. I don't think we need a reminder of that. Anyways, more penalties, and then Dorofeyev scores on the power play goal for Vegas. Awesome.
I
Great.
think that's probably the most concerning thing, though, under Ryan
The
Warsofsky,
amount
is
of
just the
penalties this team
number
takes.
of penalties that this team is taking.
They learned from the CUDA last year and decided, you know what, this
This
is
is
smart.
amazing.
Let's let's start the new trend where the Sharks are going to take all of the penalties in the world. Don't do that. Like, that needs to stop. And that's the one thing I have noticed with Warsaw is they're taking a lot more penalties in
Yeah.
dumber situations also. Um and then, mind you, this is the dying seconds of the period. It was like the second period. There's like 30 seconds, give or so, left on the clock. And then Sturm. I like that Sturm answers right back though. He comes in, snipes it. So that was a nice goal.
Mhm.
Um, and then the third period happens, and we just started laughing. I mean, there's like, I'm sorry, like there's at this point, Stone scores, and then everyone's favorite Luke Cunnin scores his second goal of the year. That's
True.
great. Really good play by Zetterlund there. And Zetterlund had some big blocks. I liked his game tonight. And then VGK scores again. Holden with his fifth goal of the year. When the hell did he start scoring? From Dorofeyev and, of course, Tomas Hertl, who I think had a, what was it, 4-point night? Something
Yep.
crazy like that. Yeah.
Something silly like that. Yeah.
Something silly like that. He's been on a hot streak to start the season. The Sharks lose 7-3, drop to don't even know at this point. I don't even know. I think they're like something bad. They're like 6-2 or 6-2 or something like that.
7-2 now.
Great. Love my team
This was
so
9. This
much.
was 9 games. So it makes 7-2. Yeah, look, for October wasn't fun last year. It's not fun
Not
so
fun
far
this
this
year.
year.
I should stop doing shows in October. Maybe that'll get the Sharks to win a few more games here. No, I mean, like, listen, this is a rebuild. I think the old Sharks team would have probably let in 5 in that first period. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying we've made growth. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying we have to have a little bit of patience because
Oh, 100%. Like,
Like, last year wasn't even a building year. I think Dangle said it on his recap. Last year was like, "Let's tear everything down." It was the final piece of, "We're gonna tear shit down." Now they're starting to build. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's hard, right? Like, and I don't know what they do at this point because they're kind of stuck with a lot of what they have.
Mhm.
So far, the one difference is at last year, last year that they were murdered by injuries. That hasn't been the case. That's like the one. If you want to look for a positive from this season, it's probably that aside from Macklin Celebrini, injuries haven't been an issue thus far. Again, it's only nine
Yeah.
games. There's still a bunch of games left. It is a contact sport, but aside from Macklin Celebrini, the Sharks have been pretty lucky with injuries right now, which
Mhm.
so they're not having to
Dip into the CUDA
dip
per
into the
se.
CUDA, which the CUDA have been a lot of fun so far this year. Let me hit Rob Iman again with another 5.99 super chat, which again we thank
Yeah.
you for. At some point, stupid penalties will result in some bozo soon enough having a hearing with the Department of Player Safety. I don't know about that. A lot of these penalties aren't.
Or just they're just dumb. Or
They're
like
not out
stick
there
infractions.
gooning it up. They're just playing hockey and doing dumb things, right?
Yeah.
Like they're just dumb stick penalties that bad teams take. Because
Yeah.
again, it's harder, it's easier to be penalized all the time when you're chasing the puck, which the Sharks are doing a lot. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I feel like from at least what I saw, it felt like Vegas had the puck all night.
Yeah. Vegas did have the puck all night. Like they're a possession built team. They're built off speed. They're built off really strong forecheck. We have quotes. How concerning. We got to find a way to weather the storm in energetic buildings. LA, it was their home opener. Same thing kind of happened here. We were chasing the game. Yeah, I mean, like, cute. I don't know. Like, we have to. Yeah, no. Like, so here's my thing. Like, you've had bad starts. Like, how many games in a row now?
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, Um, oh, fun quote. We're not emotionally good right now, but we're still pros. We'll show up tomorrow and be ready to go. But obviously, this stings. We have to find a way to gain and hold on. And like that's the thing. Like you gotta think the Sharks are not. And I know they're athletes and whatnot, but like mental health probably not great right now with this back to back.
Losing sucks. I mean,
Yeah,
losing sucks. Like, there's no way around it. That doesn't feel good. Like these guys are not having a good time. These guys are probably, I think when your season's going like this, like it's hard to get up for anything. It's hard to be excited for practices. It's hard to be, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to go through a season and lose as much as these, especially after, for these guys that are on their second or third team, you
yeah.
know, like this is a team that has been losing for a long time now. It's never fun.
No, and like at some point it does take a toll, but like again, the Sharks they got to dig themselves out of here and at least get a win because like once that first win comes, it'll be a relief. It's kind of like last year where it was like we needed that win, and then I think they went on maybe a little bit of a heater.
Sure.
Um, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
People are yeah, all right. What else is there? But yeah, I mean, again, the CUDA are at least good. Like they're 5-1 right now. Askarov looks great. We'll cover that more on tomorrow's show, so I don't
Mhm.
really want to dive that deep into
No,
mental.
but if like I will say this, like if you do have the opportunity to catch a CUDA game, I think,
You should.
and you're looking for like better hockey than what you're watching right now, go hit up a CUDA game, man. Like I mean they've gotten off to a good start so far. And I think that, they got some bad news on the injury front today with Casper Haltnen. Apparently is back in San Jose with some sort of injury, but but Thomas Bortolo being sent down will kind of patch that hole almost immediately. Barracuda or Wagon, and I think that so far at least they deserve your like. This is a team where I've waited just for so long to be able to say, yeah, you should care about this team. And the last few years, that's been very difficult to say. But so far this year, I think they're worth your attention.
No, Askarov is a really fun one to watch. Like he's gonna be good. Um, and also like the thing that's scary with the CUDA, and we'll touch on this more tomorrow, but they can still
Mhm.
get better. Like
Yeah.
they still can have guys. Um and they're just going to keep getting better, and it's nice to see them doing well, cuz I think it makes the Sharks team sting just a little less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
when the Cuda are bad and the Sharks are bad, you're just like sitting there being like, "Well, I regret my life choices." Um
That's fine. I don't even like hockey.
do you two want do you two want Askarov to stay there if you had a choice? I mean, I feel like they brought in Aaron Dell just to keep Askarov on the Cuda to a certain extent.
See,
Like I
I
ask
disagree with that completely. I think Aaron Dell's there to be able to play games so
when
Georgia Romanov isn't playing 100 million games.
well, like I just don't want to. Right now, I'm not in a position to say that I want to put Askarov in the situation where the Sharks are in right now.
Yes, it's tricky, right? Because obviously you want the Sharks to be a meritocracy. You want them to be in a situation where if you play well on the CUDA, like you should be able to get a call
Yeah,
up, right? So from that respect, I think that if especially if an injury happens, but even if there isn't, if they want to carry three goalies, I mean they could do that too. I just think that he would be better served staying where he's going to get games in. Like if they're going to bring him up to the Sharks, they need to play him.
yeah,
And if he's not going to regularly draw into the thing, then he's probably better off with the Barracuda where he's going to get probably 65% of the starts. That's my
no, yeah,
that's my opinion on that. But I mean, like, but if he plays good enough, like again, it should be a meritocracy. If some guy's playing well,
no,
they
and
should get
like
an opportunity to come up and try and do things on the Sharks.
I'm fully on board with that. But again, it's the idea of like the Sharks are playing like actual like hot garbage. Um, but yeah. More quotes here. A slow start. They scored early. Yep. Yeah. Yep. They're a big team. That. Yep. But we knew all this. Like,
Mhm.
like we hear the same thing every other game right now, which is frustrating. I think. Because they've had again. There's not much to say here. The Sharks are actually bad right now, which sucks. But they'll get better. Maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. There's a lot of frustration and anger in the locker room right now. We can claw back at times, but we can't take the next step.
I don't know, man. Figure it out.
Yeah. Oh my God, molasses. I love John McCarthy.
Someone has to.
Someone has to, buddy. We glad you do. Goosh needs to be more competitive. We weren't generating. Yeah, you were also playing him with not the best.
Well, he started on the
Yeah.
first
He
line and
started
then
on the
got
first
moved
line and
down.
then slowly got moved down, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say here except like, the Sharks are bad right now. And they're on the verge of making history for the wrong reason again. I think they've already made history for the wrong reason, but they're on the verge of another time. Yeah. Anything else you have to add to this?
When does this turn into a CUDA show for the season? You know what? We'll probably
If they make the playoffs, it's immediately going to be that. Like if the
100% a CUDA show. I think
yeah,
we'll probably do some. I do want to do some Barracuda stuff this year. With the change in my work schedule, though, it does make doing that kind of stuff very difficult. But it's something like obviously we're going to do some CUDA content. We do CUDA content every year. I'd like to
yeah.
do more. But the problem is just time in the hours in the day being finite, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also, scheduling is kind of a nightmare sometimes. But hey, I mean, again, if you have a chance to go check out the Cuda game, go check it out. Luca Cagnoni is on steroids. I'm joking, but he's really good. He's good. He has shit to work on, but he's gonna be good. We won't get too much into that because again, we have Pucknologist tomorrow,
Mhm.
where we will dive more into it. And then the Sharks play on Monday versus Utah, and we may have a special guest appearance on that. I will not
Ooh,
disclose names,
fancy.
but come watch. Come
Come on,
watch
come
us.
on.
Come watch us tomorrow. We'll probably talk more about the CUDA than the Sharks. Come watch us on Monday where we get to recap another Sharks game and hopefully a win. Please, Sharks.
Yeah, Vincent, I look at I am annoyed that Celebrini played in the home opener if he wasn't 100%. Not I don't think he would have been healthy now if he didn't play in the opener, but the fact that he's still out playing the home, this is fucking like This is like fucking Eric Carlson playing in the All-Star game and then going on the IR immediately after. Like
Yeah.
there's sometimes this team does things like, I understand like his family was all there, and I guess it's, it's, and you want to give the people what they paid for because people were excited that Macklin Celebrini was going to be in that first game, but fucking fuck, like fucking hell, like
Ian, fucking fuck.
but it baffles my mind that you would play a guy in a situation like that where I don't think like anything really happened to him in that first game, and then like he's still, and then he's out week to week as long as he's been. Like I just you can't wrap these guys in bubble wrap. It is a contact sport, but at the same time, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, well, it's
I just
also the
feel like
Teal
sometimes
Curtain.
this team puts selling tickets ahead of everything else, and I don't know. I mean, they'll deny it and they'll tell me I'm an asshole, but I don't think I'm an asshole.
No, well, there's also the Teal Curtain where we don't know any of the injuries ever. So like a day to day can turn into like they are on like LTIR the next day. Um, anything else to say, Ian, to this chaos of?
I hate this. I hate everything.
Yeah. Thanks, Sharks, for a great first pod back. Appreciate it, buddies.
The Homer was the first most fun I've had in 5 years with the Sharks. I'll take that one game. Yeah, look, it was fun, right? Like, and it kind of gave you a taste of what we hope we get going forward with Celebrini. And I
Yeah.
don't hate again though, but this guy's supposed to be like the centerpiece of everything that we've gone through. This is supposed to be the centerpiece of it. You don't risk that so you can sell some tickets for your home opener. Like, the fuck are
Yeah.
we doing?
We love this team, don't we, people? Yeah, shout out to Brody wherever he is. But yeah, any last words before we wrap this up, Ian?
I mean, this sucks. I mean, again, a little bit of short show tonight because me and Jules are going to be on doing Pucknologist tomorrow. AJ is going to be missing, so we don't want to do a bunch of stuff tonight and then repeat it all tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's kind of the danger here. So I don't want to get like too into anything. I think we've tried to hit the chat. This game sucks. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to break down in this game. This team's
Hey, at least it's better than the 10-2 loss they had or something.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Granlund recorded a point on 6 straight Sharks goals before Sturm's goal tonight. Other Sharks to do so in the last 15 seasons: Thornton, Couture, Burns, EK. Oh, that's Granny's gonna again. Like I know people are like, I think I saw in the chat he'll get us a haul at the deadline. We'll see. Maybe. I mean, if he keeps playing like that,
No, I have been explicitly told by smart hockey people that the Sharks can't do anything at the deadline because they have no retention spots, which means that you can't make a trade and they're fucked.
Well, yeah, they don't have any retention spots. It's over. That and
It's
third round
over.
picks.
It's absolutely over. I have been told with people with very much authority that the Sharks can't do anything now. It's over. The Sharks are bad. You should feel bad, and all is lost.
Yeah, all hope is lost. They'll be silent at the deadline. No, but in all honesty, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Granny. Because I do like him, and if he wants to sign and stick around, I wouldn't be upset.
Who wants to stick around?
We're really doing the who's worse poll. Oh God. We've derailed, and it's been how long? 28 minutes. That's a record for us, Ian.
Good. It's good.
That's a good record for us. It was a dangerous. It was a danger that we would derail quicker.
I like it.
We are looking forward. Yeah, no, Ian stuck with me for 2 back-to-back shows. I'm sure he's not happy about that. I'm joking. Molasses. We'll get to Vincent and Cardwell and how much I love those guys tomorrow. And we're always ready for Macklin to come back.
Yeah, I'm super ready
Please.
for Macklin to come back.
Macklin's
just make sure he's like healthy, right? Like that's all.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm not like one of these guys like, oh, we just, if he got even a little bit hurt, we can never play him again because like it's a contact sport or whatever. Like, but I just think that if a guy is gonna play a game and then be week to week after that and was playing hurt to begin with, then maybe we don't play them.
Ian's contractually obligated to like working with Jules.
I'm contractually obligated to like working with everyone.
That is true.
And I do like working. If people think like I'm the biggest fucking diva on this channel.
No, I think you
Ian
might have
hates
some
everyone.
Ian hates everyone. And we've derailed. We need to end this. What buttons do I press? Oh, I know what buttons I press. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it for the night. Because otherwise this is just gonna get more out of control. And
This will get dumb quick.
We're gonna start ranking the oceans again.
True.
If you enjoyed the show, you know where to find us. You can find us on the YouTube. We're gonna be on again tomorrow and Monday. Anyways, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, teal.